Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and that means you are too. Happy spring weekend to you. I'd like it to be a little warmer outside, and I'm sure everyone else would as well. I had all these things planned, but, you know, sometimes it's just not as warm as we like. I love those 80-degree days. Huh,
Steve? Midweek was a little mucky towards the end. It's a little cold. I just so not golf this Thursday. We had the option to.
Oh, okay.
But I am a fair weather golfer and a slight fair weather fisherman.
Sure.
You know, like first day of trout season, these hardy people go out.
Right, they love it.
I'm like, it's snowing. No, or whatever. So
sure.
But the trout are biting, Tom.
Well, good. That's good to know. I'll have to take you out fishing in my new truck. I got another truck.
You got another truck?
We weren't going to.
The one you have is only 5 minutes old.
I know.
You got another one?
Well, we got it pre-COVID. It doesn't have that many miles on it, so the plan was...
So you should keep it.
Right. Well, so the plan was, my wife said, instead of when it comes off lease, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just purchase it, right? And I said, I'm fine with that. That's okay. So that was the plan. But my guy at Burdick kept calling me, and he said, boy, I got this great rate. I got this, And I'm like, I don't know. So Kelly ran the numbers, and she said, this is going to be cheaper than what we have, and it's double the truck. And I said,
double the truck? Your truck was the size of a mountain now.
I know. Well, it's not the size, the amenities.
Wow.
It was like an upgrade. So I said, well, what do you think, honey? I mean, you got to do it. Well, we have to turn in the truck, so we got to make a decision now. Because this was the month I had to turn it in.
No kidding.
So we
Same
went up.
color?
No. It's a deep. It looks almost black, but it's this dark navy metallic blue.
Well, like my Explorer,
really cool.
It's deep green.
Yeah, but it looks black sometimes. Yeah. So that's what it is. So I said, well, Jesus, Steve will like this. We'll have to take him fishing in it.
Wow. So emails to Steve at zoeadvertising.com on Tom makes too much money.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Your opinions, please reflect.
Well, now remember, the price actually went down a little.
No, the payments went down. That's another conversation.
Right. That's
for the mathematically challenged. Okay.
Anyway, so let's talk with Dr. Nicole Anzalone, and then we'll talk about Gettys on our next set, okay?
Fine.
That sounds good. Dr. Nicole, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Tom?
Very good. How are people hearing these days? Are they okay? Or?
Hopefully better.
Yeah.
We've been helping some people hear better.
You're out there trying. Now, Dr. Nicole, we were talking about vacations in my household, and of course, Steve is on his 17th vacation. So he's all over the place.
The first time I went away was on work. Okay, it was in Florida, but it was work. It was a conference. And then I went on my one vacation, and this is what I have to deal with.
So I was thinking that you're a transplant into Syracuse, but you've been here for a while, right?
Yeah. So I came here in 95.
Okay, so that's quite a while. But where were you originally from?
I'm originally from the Bronx.
Bronx,
New York.
Yeah.
She doesn't sound like it.
And did you? So obviously you went to elementary school and all your.
She was smart. She skipped it, Tom.
down there in the city.
Yeah. So up to high school, and then after high school, I went to Syracuse University, and I stuck around.
Right. And when you came up here, did you think it was really tiny? Like oh, this is such a small city.
Yes.
You did.
Serious culture shock. I'm like, where is everybody? Where are all the people?
Well, that's interesting. I was thinking about you because our son is into the video and taking pictures. So we took him up to Syracuse University over the weekend. It was cold, and now I went to SU, and I remember it's been a while since I felt that cold on the quad, and we went up there, and he was taking pictures, and I thought about you, and I wonder what it's like, because there was a lot of students up there.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And of course you see the license plates from Jersey and
they're all over.
Yeah. So that's great. So you came up here, and what made you want to get into audiology out of all the things you could have picked?
Well, I always had an interest in psychology and biology and neuroscience. And then I got my master's degree in neuroscience, and I started working with cochlear implant patients as part of my research program. And, hearing from them, talking to them about how hearing better has changed their lives.
Mm-hmm.
It helped their relationships. It helped their jobs. They were able to get some good jobs after being able to hear and regaining their hearing. And it was just amazing to me. I think it's miraculous, actually. And that's what really got me into audiology. I wanted to help people hear better and change lives.
Excellent. And you've been doing that for a while. You have a location in Camillus, and real easy to get to on that's Route 5, isn't it? All the way through Genesee Street.
I call it Genesee Street.
Yeah, yeah. And then you have another location now.
Yeah, so I have a Fayetteville location, so it's East Genesee Street. And it's funny because my Camillus office is West Genesee Street.
Yeah.
So,
how's that been working out on that side of town?
Good. So everything is rocking and rolling. We have everything running smoothly now. All the equipment's up and running, brand new state-of-the-art equipment. I love toys.
Yeah.
I love technology and being able to use it to help people easier.
Now, you're only one person. How do you split yourself between the two places and take care of all these patients? Is it just
it's
you?
hard. I cloned myself. No, I have other providers. So I have 4 other providers that are helping me out, and they're doing a great job. And we kind of split time between the two. We have some permanent audiologists that stay in the Fayetteville and Camillus office, and then I'm back and forth. So I'm doing 3 days a week in the Fayetteville office, which is closer to home, and then 2 days a week in my Camillus office.
Tom, not a week goes by where I don't see a new review online at Google talking about Syracuse Hearing Solutions and how wonderful they are.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with that? Because people usually post, they're like, people that post tend to post negative things more. Sure. But you get the 5-star reviews are often and frequent. What do you attribute that to?
I would say we definitely go out of our way for our patients. I do anything and everything to make my patients happy. Spending extra time with them, giving them as much time as they need, customizing and personalizing their care. Because when someone has a damaged ear, it's not as easy as just amplifying sound. You have to really work with the ear to make use of what's left of their hearing. And I spend as much time as I can making sure that they're happy and pleased and hearing well. So I think patients can see that and feel that in their interactions.
So when you see a patient and you have to diagnose them, you have a whole slew of tools. You're talking about the technology. So somebody comes in, it's not just throwing an amplifier at them and saying, put this in your ear. You do all kinds of tests. And tell me about these cognitive tests and all the types of things you can do when somebody comes in.
Sure. So we look at ear to brain processing. So, from outer ear, making sure there's no wax blocking the ear, middle ear, making sure there's no fluid there, and looking at the inner ear to see how the sensory cells are doing, see where the damage is coming from, where the hearing loss is coming from, all the way up to the brain. So we know that hearing loss can affect our cognitive function as well. And a lot of people who have long-term hearing loss that goes untreated start to exhibit changes in cognition, and they're finding that more in the research now. And what happens is people within 3 years, this is what research shows, within 3 years of just having a mild hearing loss, someone can start to lose the ability to recognize sounds and recognize speech. And you could see that on the word test. So we do word tests, and even if we make it loud enough, in a couple of years down the road, what happens is it sounds garbled. It's not clear. And so that's why it's important to treat hearing loss as soon as possible. So we do all that.
Yeah. So I know Tom has a habit of using his pen cap to clean his ear. Is that the best way to do it?
Oh, no. I do not want to see that happen.
I'm getting it patented.
I just want to check.
Yeah, I don't go too deep. That's Dr. Nicole Anzalone. She can clean your ears properly. She's the owner of Syracuse Hearing Solutions, 468-2985 phone number. But go to SyracuseHearingSolutions.com. There's a wealth of knowledge on there. And
get your hearing checked.
Absolutely. Dr. Nicole, have a great rest of the day, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Excellent. Matt Gutchess is coming up next. He's the promoter of Oneida Lake Walleye Fest. Keep it right here on 570 WSYR 106.9 FM.